middle of the month already, my good man. But as always, welcome to the Premium Cage Podcast, where we like into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all Disney's, of course. And to my right, I got my main guy, my ace. My left and my right is me, Shawn, better known as Mr. Senior Me on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man. I'm also known as King Catmaker on those socials. But today,
what's the word?
The truth?
always.
Yeah. I do have a funny question for you. Just let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you think it's too soon.
Might as well shoot, man.
I saw this question the other day. It got me to thinking. And us as married men, hey, we're in here for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather die. Unfortunately, death is the end, right? But I saw a thing that said, in my next life, my next wife will definitely fill in the blank. And I was wondering, I was like, this is a slippery slope. But if I bring attention to it now, I might be able to change the course of time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta ask my man Shawn, see what he think of this.
Yeah, you're gonna change the course of a chancleta come flying at you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, hey man.
But hey, man, listen, that's why we're here, right? To answer the questions that people need answers to. Woof. In the next life. Wow.
No pressure. Listen. I'm nervous.
Bro, you can't bring the question to that point.
My bad, dog. My bad. I was reading the eyebrows. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
No. I really think it would be. Yeah. The fact that I'm thinking too long, bro, I'm leaving this shit alone.
Right? That's what happened to me. I was like, I got a few things, but
yeah,
I don't know if it's conversation worthy. Oh man, we'll throw that up on one of the socials. We'll take a poll vote. Vote on that one.
I felt like Doctor Strange for a minute. I was looking at every possible outcome, and every outcome was just not good.
The chocolate that kept getting thicker and thicker.
In a couple of those conclusions, my sneakers were getting ripped up. Yeah, it was never good. Never good.
Yeah, I'm looking at you with the one up, like got one opportunity, my man. The fuck this up.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go out like Iron Man yet, man.
All right.
First things first, brother. How are you, man? How was your weekend? How's your week going so far? All that good stuff.
Week's going good. Flag football's winding down. Playoff week. The oldest she had a playoff game the other day. We came short in OT. You know what I'm saying? That one would have got us to the chip. But hey, man, from between game one and how they did the other day, man, hell of an improvement, hell of an upgrade from not knowing what a route was to, you know what I'm saying, everybody getting on the same page finally. And Kennedy, she got a playoff game Saturday. So we out here, man. Just trying to get these wrap up these flag football seasons, and then basketball practices next week. So it's just shifting right on to the new shit. But outside of that, man, kids good, family good. We'll get into more stuff that we did yesterday specifically. But other than that, weekend was pretty calm. How about you, bro?
Yeah, same thing. Weekend was calm. Me and wifey watched a lot of stuff, man. Like anybody who follows me on socials knows that I was just posting up a lot of ratings about a lot of shows, movies. We're gonna get into that, of course, a little bit later. But quality time, man, because this weekend I gotta head out of town for a conference. So anytime it's just being able to chill with the family and do nothing is a win.
Copy. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta what state you got to run to? Is it a red state?
Yeah, back to Texas, man. Right
okay,
back.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm just hoping when I get off the plane, they ain't a little too aggressive this time around, knowing that now they got the entire force behind them and all that. But we'll see.
Hey man, listen, watch your six. If you got a Phillies hat, wear it. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's red, but it ain't the same message. You know what I'm saying? At least on a quick flyby, you'll be gone by the time they know what it really say. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. So it was funny. Finishing up the third season, rewatching House of Cards. I think I told you last week. And if anybody remembers Claire Underwood, she had a short cut. So me and my wife were sitting there and we're watching one of the last episodes in season 3. And she says, "That's the cut I want to end with." And I
So
looked at her,
final.
I was like, wait a minute. So did you just pick the haircut you want to die with? She's like, no, no, no. Like when I get older, that's the haircut that I want. And I was like, see,
Hmm.
that's totally different from what you just said. Like, I've never seen somebody pick the haircut that they
Hmm.
want to say, I'm going to meet my maker, y'all. Let me get that fade to
Hmm.
the side. Like, that's real.
She going with the platinum too, same color and everything.
I don't know. Knowing her, she might go full on blue, like indigo or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll chalk that up to a midlife crisis when the cut hits. When it's
Hey.
time. When it's time. Hey man, it's a lot safer than a motorcycle, so I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But salute for knowing what you would want your final hair choice to be. Like us, we're not
Yeah.
as lucky. We don't really have hair growth like that. Well, I know you had a couple of stunts you was playing with throughout the decades, but we don't really get to just grow at will. So
Yeah.
pause. But you know what I mean. But for a woman to make that choice, mid 30s, that's all right, man. Respect, man. I'm not sure if I
Yeah.
can. I've had the same haircut my whole life, and I still don't know if this is the one I want to end it with. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's. I mean, I have to read that in the Old Will and Testament.
Yeah, she just put midnight blue. That's the haircut she would go with. Yeah, man. I mean,
Midnight.
I
Hey, you
know
called it.
I
You called it.
yeah, I know what she meant for sure. But when she said it, it just was like, how you like, are you okay? Like, where
Mm.
are we at right now? All right, so that was a quick funny moment.
I should be fucking the
Um,
pillows when that Social Security hit. Blue
word.
pillows everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have
Uh,
to get some protectors or something like that. Oh man.
always.
And then yesterday, man, we're all just sitting around, you know what I mean, watching TV. And Darius is there, talking to Shay. And she's like, yo, when did your voice get so deep? So then she comes over
Mm.
to me and she's like, have you heard him talk lately? And I'm like, go ahead, say something. He's like, what? And we both looked at
Mm.
him like, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna need you to bring that down, bro. Like this is going too fast. Homeboy sending us text messages. This morning, I had no
Mm.
idea he took his phone with him to school. He
Ooh.
finagled a bagel and caught his
Mm.
mom in a vulnerable state, and she fell for it and let him take it to school. So I'm here
Damn.
at work, right? And I see him FaceTiming me. I'm like,
It's not even a text.
like, he ain't in the next room. So I look at her, I was like, he got his phone. She was like, let me explain. Yo, this kid is
Dang.
comedy, man. He's pure comedy. I don't know where he gets all this shit from, but it's all happening way too fast.
Did you answer the daytime FaceTime?
Oh, he ended it because you could tell it was by mistake. He didn't mean to
Oh,
FaceTime me.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Others like, bruh, I'm at the office, dog. Is this an emergency? He said, nah, just checking on you, pop. Oh man, appreciate all the hard work you're doing for the family, man. Catch you later. Oh shit. That's what's up. Yeah, man. But hey,
Yeah.
once he get out the house one time, he gonna be like, yo, I did it yesterday. Now he has a precedent set. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is old news, Dad. Like, I've
Yeah.
been doing this now. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck,
No,
buddy.
definitely. The first ventures out of the house are going to be going to the store for us. Like my wife is set on that. Like she's tired of going to
Mm,
pick up milk last minute when he's eating all the
mm,
cereal. So we're going to definitely start having him go with us to the store,
mm-hmm,
get familiar with the stores, get familiar with the clerks, let the clerks get familiar with his face. Because
mm-hmm,
after a while, bro, it's going to be like, oh, you need milk? You know where the store at, bro? Go
mm.
get it.
Facts. With times changing as they are, here's my question to you: when you guys are ready to send them to the store, you gonna send them with cash or the card? Because card, you ain't got to worry about change yet. You know what I'm saying? But is that too much
Mhm.
responsibility?
That's a great question. He already has his own credit card, so we're probably going to send him with the card.
Okay, okay, all right. Because the bad thing about this, see, I know we say needed milk, but cereal's on sale, so I got 6 of the boxes. You're gonna be like,
and, and I know what y'all thinking. You're gonna send a 12-year-old to the store with a whole credit card.
yeah.
Then he'll come back with his whole arms full like, yo, y'all, they had Hershey's on
Mm-hmm.
sale. I couldn't let it go.
He said they pretty much giving us away as long as I tap my card.
It's like I couldn't stop, Dad. Everywhere I went, I was just like tap, 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 tap.
Oh shit, that's what's up, man. Yeah, shouts to
Yeah,
him, man. Hey, deep voice, got to start making transactions, man. It's part of life.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
shit.
And we cannot let this show go by without paying respect to a music mogul, someone who shaped Motown itself, man. The man myth, Quincy Jones, amazing music producer, and more than that, man, he was a staple. He is the guy, man, and he passed away over the weekend.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think it was in a hand in the type of music that he didn't have his hand in. You know what I mean? But shouts to him. Hell of a legacy he left behind. But shit, 91? 91 was it?
Oof,
A
man,
run.
listen.
Hell of and it was an intelligent run too. It wasn't like he didn't lose his word thoughts towards the end. He was pretty coherent to my knowledge. So shouts to him
Yep.
and his family. Rest in peace. Rest in paradise as always.
Yep, man. Absolutely. So we're gonna get right into it, y'all. We know what happened overnight around 3 a.m. When we did find out that we do have a new president. But before we get into that, I just want to kind of level set our conversation before we get started. And this is based off of a post that I did on LinkedIn today, just to kind of level set us. And depending on where you're at today, where your emotions are, um, we just want to remember that we don't stop and we don't panic. We double down on our mission. We stay grounded in our purpose. We stay agile when faced with obstacles. We strengthen our resources, networks, and knowledge. The goal towards equity and impactful change does not stop for anything. Why? Because nobody ever gave us anything. And those who came before us had to push through to obtain all the rights and freedoms that we enjoy today. So, who are we to stop when they found the fortitude and courage in a time where conditions were much worse than we are facing now? So, today, take the time you need to breathe, reset, because our work is not done. And I'll see you out there.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
Thank you,
What's
sir.
up, man?
Thank you.
Definitely need it on this day of uncertainty. You know what I mean? But we'll get into it as always, man.
Absolutely. So I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know already. Donald Trump did win the 2024 presidential election. He is our 47th president against Kamala Harris. And I mean, the numbers are the numbers. We are not politicians here. We're not statisticians. We're not CNN, any of that. But we are humans living in a country with, like Kenny said it perfectly, a lot of uncertainty. So, Kenny, what's the temperature around you as far as your feelings, people around you's feelings after the decision?
It's funny. With the wife last night, maybe from 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, she kept giving me the updates. Like, we down, we down. I'm like, yo, take it easy. It's always like this in the beginning. You know what I mean? These red states, they end a little early. You know what I'm saying? Middle America, they gotta get you know what I mean? For some reason, their polls is always out super fast. So, the Kansas, the Montanas, the Oklahomas, let them have that. You know what I mean? 3, 4, 5 electoral votes here and there. No big deal. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, niggas like getting tired. You know what I mean? So we hit the old hay. You know what I'm saying? Just figure we wake up with some good news. For some reason, I just popped up at like 4 in the morning, right? I went to the TV. My man was at like 266. I was like, this nigga's up in the fourth.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the vote count. I'm like, where are those 80 million motherfuckers from 4 years ago? We need at least 10 more of them right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but long story short, he ended up catching it. He ended up getting it. And when I get to work, hey, I'm the black guy, no big deal. But I felt like my coworkers was kind of walking on thin ice around me. They didn't want to bring up anything too extreme. You know what I'm saying? But hey, HR lady walked in. Fortunately, put her back down. She goes, "So Ken, because are you happy or mad this morning?" I said, "Baby, I'm here. I don't get a day off no matter who wins." So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have went another way, but it didn't. So, you know what I mean? You got those invoices? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to tell you right now. I got to get to work. You got to get to work. There's a lot of stuff to do. But it was just weird to see. He did it somehow with with this list that precedes him, as far as felony counts, convictions, cases pending, impeachment. It was a lot to go on. But them also getting the Senate, that kind of gave him like fair. I mean, it's just a clear path come January. He could really get shit shaken on the 21st if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? As far as just not having no leeway, nobody in his way. As far as if he has a policy he wants to enforce, he's gonna be able to do it with a blank check with no issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What was the vibe on your side throughout the day?
A lot of fear and concern, especially for my colleagues in the diversity, equity, and inclusion sector.
Mm,
We have new leadership, so there was always this what if after this decision was made.
mhm,
And now that we know what the decision is made, I think first thing tomorrow is we're going to try and talk to as many people as possible to try and calm their nerves a bit. But
mhm.
at the end of the day, it's rightfully so, right? There was uncertainty with the new leadership coming in. Now there's complete uncertainty with new leadership in the White House. And of course, like you stated, Republicans taking over the Senate. I think at this point, we just have to be mindful of the goals that we're setting for ourselves. um, and I kind of alluded to it already. Nobody ever gave us anything. So if you were going harder before this decision, you need to probably go 10 times as harder now,
Yeah,
because we don't know where we might be in a year or year and a half, after things really start to get into motion. Because I think there's decisions that were already made. They were just waiting for this to be official. And we know how these presidents are in the first 100 days. They're trying to get everything passed and
active.
make an instant impact. So, stay aware, stay focused, and I hate to say it, but stay dangerous, man, because
As
stuff's about to
always.
pick up.
I got one more question for you. Do you think this photo pushed him over the edge? No, I'm not outside of the Latino male vote. We're not gonna get into them niggas. But do you think
Yeah.
this helped push them over the edge a bit?
I think it was definitely polarizing for anyone our age, right? We didn't grow up in the era where presidents, were almost getting assassinated. So I think for us, and of course for the new generation, that was pretty interesting to see. And then one thing I heard last night that really stood out to me was his son, I think his youngest son, was very instrumental in getting him on podcasts like Joe Rogan, and I think there's one more, and that appealed to the younger generation because
Yep.
right now every young man I know, or man period, they want to learn anything, they listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
And to actually hear from him, and I actually caught maybe about 20-30 minutes of it with some Marine homeboys of mine. And if you listen to the man, of course, there's some times when he says some outlandish stuff, but there was some points that he was hitting that it was kind of hard to ignore.
Facts.
So I think that had a very
Facts.
lasting impact on the new voters and the younger generation.
For sure, for sure. Highlight saying checks and balances are gone. Executive, judicial, Supreme Court in the House, legislative, and even with that, it was stated earlier today the Department of Justice and Jack Smith immediately ended their cases against Donald Trump. DOJ cited their
Mhm.
policy that presidents can't be prosecuted. However, the people, the public, shit, democracy, thought he would kind of work up until his last day, doing whatever he could. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But he may not. He was able to, I guess, kind of get these off the docket before he was removed come January. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's his plan of not being prosecuted is in full force and working.
Yeah, and I think definitely one thing that stood out last night was these stocks were soaring. They were soaring. I haven't heard from Doge in years, and that was even hitting. That was hitting new heights as well. They were saying if you were invested in like Medicare Advantage
Yeah,
plans, they took a hike last night.
yeah,
If you happen to participate in the futures contracts on Robinhood, you saw
yep.
his advantage jump from about 60 cents to about 90, and that really set the tone for what people probably thought were going to happen. Uh, Interesting times, man. Interesting times.
If there is one like silver lining, a fake high note, like not that I'm happy he won because I'm really not. I think just his mindset is kind of toxic for the states of America combined. But listen, if he did lose, I really wasn't interested in seeing "Make America Great Again" 2028 signs for the next 4 years. I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't
I
interested in
hear you.
seeing that because when he lost 4 years ago, the 2024 signs came out before January hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it
Mm,
was just they was on lawns, they was on houses, they was on cars, they was on pickup trucks, they was on and we in New York. You know what I'm saying? I can only
Yeah.
imagine like actual red states. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm happy the GOP was able to get this last nut out. As far as the Trump saga, this will be it. But we do got to go through another four, unfortunately.
Yeah. If you were going hard before, you probably want to go 10 times harder now. You want
Right.
to probably store up on goods, store up on ammunition, do whatever you got to do, get yourself ready.
License concealed and carry is legal in New York. Get your paperwork
You
ready if you got
know it.
some time. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know it.
That is definitely on the bucket list before the year's out to start that paperwork transition. Hit the gun range
Yeah.
with my own piece. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
registered. But yeah. We shall see, man. We shall see. But come on,
Yeah.
man.
And it
Talk to
took,
me. How she's been doing in post election.
yeah, it took her a while to give her concession speech. I believe her headquarters was at Howard last night,
Mm-hmm.
with the hopes of course, giving her commencement speech and thanking everybody for their support if she won, with reason, right? I mean, I've always commended people who come out right after taking such a loss, but I think she took this one to the, close to the chest. And sometimes you want to take that time to step back before you actually step out in front of the people.
For
And I
sure.
thought she gave a good speech, man. She did it with pride. She reminded everybody that this is not the end. We must continue to make our voices heard and exercise our right to vote. And I'm pretty sure she'll find a way to come back and come back stronger, have a full campaign. You know what I mean? Really get out there and get her policies heard, meet the
Mm-hmm.
people, and who knows what we're talking about come 2028.
Facts.
Yeah.
Don't think of anything else. I don't know if I don't even know if I got anything else on him as far as I'm not. It's weird. I'm still like I'm not surprised, but still fake shocked. Like
Mm,
I think I'm more shocked at the numbers themselves. Like what I'm saying. I thought honestly, if he was gonna win, I thought it'd be a lot closer than what it was.
yeah.
And it wasn't. It was a fake kind of landslide. She never got the lead, never had the lead. Just he was up from the beginning at the 9 o'clock hour and just continued to skyrocket somehow. But
Yeah.
Akaya the Diva says they aren't ready for a woman, no matter how hard we work. And that's another thing that kind of fucked with me. I'm like, yo, Trump got in on two women's backs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of all people, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's just rough to see. It's super rough to see.
Yeah, I see D said she has to hold her head up, can't show emotions, would be a testament to what the people don't want. I agree. I agree. I think it showed exactly to your point and exactly to D's point and Nakia's point. Um, there is clearly a disconnect between what the people feel and what this country needs.
Mhm.
I can only speak for myself. I know who I voted for. New York showed up and showed out. I'm a little. I don't know if I can be shocked at PA, but I
Mhm.
was because I thought when she got California, I'm like, all right, if she gets PA, we Gucci. Like, you know what I mean? She's in this. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it was just some key parts of PA that she just couldn't land, man. And it
Yeah.
just makes you wonder what's going on out there. But I've been to PA in the last year, 2 years, and there's some areas, man, where you don't see nothing but them, what is it, them Confederate flags and
Yeah.
Trump supporters, and they
Yeah.
go out there and they vote, bro. They vote.
Yep. High Life kind of said it the best. The Demo Party kind of dropped the ball. In reality, she only had 100 days to introduce herself to the public, somehow gather enough funds, which she did. I think she raised over $1 billion, just to bring light and focus to her, party to hopefully take, get hired for a job she didn't really have an interview process for. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. It was a tough hill to climb, but even with it all, it still seemed like there was some hope. But it just had a lot of. It just felt like it was so much support that it just kind of felt like it was going to kind of usher in that regime. But hey, it is what it is. The people made their choice, and we all live with said choice.
Yeah, and then my fear is in 4 years, like, did this last minute push kind of take away some of the luster of if she would have just waited for 2028? Because
Mm,
that's 4 years now for another potential candidate in the Democratic Party to
mm,
rise up and probably be a better suitor. I don't know.
mm, mm.
So that's one thing I know I'm worried about.
And how that kind of took the. He took the thought right out of me. He said, "Give me let Michelle, sharp cross her T's, dot her I's, get ready for this 4 year run." Um,
Yeah.
It'll be dope. It'll be dope. But I got a feeling if Michelle come up, they're gonna find a black woman Republican on that side of the fence, and everybody's just gonna not gonna know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be like, we don't want a woman, but she's on our side. She's black, but I don't know if I should. Ah, you know what I'm
All right,
saying? But we'll
my
see.
money, my money is on Auntie Michelle every day. They can
Okay.
go and find. They can put Hillary, Nancy Pelosi. They can put all of them together, and they still ain't gonna measure up to Auntie Michelle, man.
All right,
She's
man.
got it. If she wants to run in 2028, I think you'll see support like we've never seen before. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be on some when we had the Go Vote campaign, and then
Facts.
when when Barack was running. So, and if you think
Facts.
Barack went hard for Kamala, oh my
Yeah.
God, for Kamala.
I,
If you think Barack went hard for Kamala, you know how he gonna go for his wife, man. Listen.
I was thinking that too. Like, what if she stepped in 104 days ago instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ah.
too
See,
soon, too much?
Michelle knew that wasn't a good. She knew that wasn't a good idea. I mean,
Mm,
let's keep it real, right? Decisions should have been made a lot faster, and I don't even think I need to be 100% detailed about that.
mm,
Decisions should have been made a lot sooner, and maybe we're talking about something different today. But
facts.
time just passed by. You know what I mean? People were ignoring the signs, and here we are. So got 4 years, Democrats. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
4 years to figure it out.
That's a fact.
Figure it out.
Outside of all that, was there any other good news in any other states that benefited?
Yes, absolutely, man. Actually, in two states, man. First, Delaware, Lisa Blunt Rochester makes history as the first black woman senator over there. And then over in Maryland, Angela also Brooks becomes the first black female senator, defeating Larry Hogan. So, on a historical note, in regards to Lisa and Angela, this is the first time we have two black women in the Senate. This is amazing, man. Shout out to those ladies, and looking forward to how they make an impact.
Okay, okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Kia said, we will most likely be good. These red states will feel it most. The problem is, as blue states, we take our votes for granted. We feel like we don't get hurt by these policies, not thinking of others. I like that. Can we stay on that for a second, bro?
Absolutely.
There are so many people that I still hear from that say, why vote? Because it doesn't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really troubling to hear that, because if that type of feeling is being spread to not just people around them but the youth, then we're cooked.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are we are honestly cooked, to the point where you're telling someone, yes, the right that you have to make a decision isn't never going to make a difference because of their experiences. I think people who feel that way, I'm not here to make you change your beliefs, but stop spreading that shit.
Facts.
Stop spreading that shit unless you have pure general proof how an entire population tried to make an impact and it was completely shut out. There was no progress, because I think even though things can get better, we are living proof that things are going in a better direction.
Mm-hmm.
Always can be better, but if the people before us didn't thought like the people who think now that you shouldn't vote, it doesn't matter. Imagine what we are now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. Good point. Good point. Anything else
Yeah.
on politics, man?
Listen, y'all. Like I said in the beginning, um, we can get through this. And I think Kamala said it best. It's okay not to be okay right now, but you got to trust in the fact that things are going to be all right. Um, I don't have to tell this group. I know a lot of you tough it out for a lot of situations, whether it be professionally or personally. And this is just another one of those situations. And continue to share the information, continue to be there for each other. Like I said, keep strengthening your network, your resources, your
Absolutely.
power in this world. Get close knit with your family. You might want to
Mm-hmm.
start investing in a bunker just in case shit really goes left.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just don't give up, don't panic, man. Oh man. All right. So that was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. We're gonna shift it over. We're gonna, what I'm saying, try and take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Let's step back a little bit. You
Little
know what I
woosah.
mean?
Little woosah. Little
Little
woosah here.
woosah, little woosah, man. So we're gonna hit y'all with some questions, man. The first one I got is a little personal for me. Kenny, you know my dad. You know what I mean.
What's
You
up?
know my grandfather. You know what I mean.
I
Um,
mean,
my grandfather was Ozell. My father
mm-hmm,
was Ozel. And
mm-hmm,
what prompted me to think about this was I was watching our last episode where we were talking about Ozell was good, Ozel was good, so everything is okay. I
mm-hmm.
always thought about at some point did my father think I want to name him Ezel?
Hmm. Out
I,
of
I,
curiosity, did you find out where Shawn came from by your
yes,
mom or
yes.
okay?
Yeah. My mother told me it was one of her favorite soap operas. This guy she had a crush on, and that's how she came up with my name. Um,
Mm.
but in watching the episode, bro, I really sat there. I was on the treadmill, and I'm like, what if my dad for a hot second was like, I'm gonna name this little dude Ezel?
Mm.
And I started to think about what my Ezel life would have been throughout elementary school, junior
Yeah,
high school. Like, I'd have had to have been really good at something
yeah,
or a thug to get
yeah. Because
respect.
I'm thinking Ezel on the block hit different. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that 2 syllable name when your name call off the block, it hit different. Yo, Ezel. Like you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
hit a little different. You know what I'm saying? You can't really. You can't really break that up. You know,
yeah,
so, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's funny.
Speaking of like name calling, like you know, I'm a junior to my dad, right? I found that
Right.
out when I was 18, whatever. But when I finally had my son, you know, I was telling my dad, hey, you know, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna name him no Lennox. He's like, you're not gonna name the third? God, bro. It took everything in my power to be like, nah, I'm all right, man. So I think I'm a. He's like, you know, he's like, what did he say? He said so like, it shows prestige. Like you know, what I'm saying like you know, like Kenny Nelson the third. I was like, bruh, he was a he was a cool first at best. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did my best to, you know, make it a better version of us, but I don't think it's a lot of pressure to put that on the little dude, man. Yeah, you the third. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do shit 3 times as hard. Like, you know, I ain't want to
Yeah,
put that
man.
pressure on him, so I swapped it out. But
Yeah.
I felt like my dad gave me the cold shoulder like a good week. You know, the
He
Texas
said,
wasn't as fast as they used to be.
yeah, he
Oh,
said
bro.
Kenneth the third. He was like, bro, this ain't Bridgerton. Like Kenneth
You know
the
what I'm saying? Like,
third.
I mean, I would just start calling them three and shit. Like, nah. I,
Loud, like thou needest thou durag. Like this is
Yeah, you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? What is that, velvet? What's that, velvet? You got me fucked up, son. Oh, shit.
Oh
Mhm.
man. All right. Another question for everybody, man. You ever be mid-sentence, like you are really like deep in conversation with someone and you just randomly bite your tongue?
I'm about to release some information that I thought you knew, and I find out in your eyes, Miss Cinder, that you don't know what the fuck I'm about to say, I just, oh my God, is that a blue car? Like, you know, I gotta change everything. Like, what you about to say? Oh man, look at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hit these streets. But that's the only time I think I do bite my tongue mid sentence when I am saying some new information that I think you're already informed of, and you look at me super inquisitive, like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I back up right. I back right out. I back that truck right up. Like, nah, man. You ain't hear
Yeah.
this from me. I gotta go. How about you? You had a recent situation.
So that's funny, but I'm literally talking about like bite your tongue. Like you are mid sentence and you just like
Mm.
like, you never see nobody do that?
No, that happens to me if I'm eating a little too quickly, and oh man,
Yeah,
boy, does that slow you down.
bro.
If you have a you drop your fork, you roll back a little bit, you process
Yo,
that whole day slowly. You
dude.
know what I'm saying?
So let me tell you something, man. I'm mid conversation with Shay, right? Like I am giving her game. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm like, yeah. So when you go, and she was like, she looked at me, I looked at her, I was like, she was like, "You okay?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel like I just glitched. Like literally, I was mid talking, and then I just
Oh
like,
shit.
I had nothing,
Oh
bro. It's just like, what the hell is happening right now? Totally glitched
man.
mid conversation. She looked at me.
Oh,
She was worried about me, man. So,
oh. Oh.
all right.
Biting your tongue is one. Did you break skin? Like was there blood? You like
No,
mm.
thank God, no. Thank God, no.
Yeah.
No, no,
Oh
no. I
God.
survived.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when you're chewing food, you chew it real force. You don't think your tongue's gonna jump in the middle of that. Oh
Nah,
man.
not at all.
I'll throw
Not
the
at
whole
all,
meal
man.
away. Throw the whole fucking meal away. I'm eating blood, bro. I'm good. Oh
uh,
shit.
Another question for you, man, and
Shoot.
for everybody out there. Has anybody seen any recent pictures of Diddy?
Nope. He's in solitary. He could be there. He could not be there. He might have been Epstein a
Yeah,
whole 2 weeks ago. We have no idea. No updates. Last I heard, he stopped eating. That was like 3 weeks ago.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep it pushing because I don't want to get
Yeah,
us in
yeah.
trouble.
I
But
don't
I
want
was
to
just
conspiracy
like,
theorists. Let me lock this door. Hold on. I don't want no issues.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
All right.
man.
Hey, listen, all right, we're gonna keep it pushing. All right. How many of y'all know how many people you follow on social media? Like, when's the last time you took a look at that?
You said how many people actually know that you follow?
No, how many people do you just follow on social
Oh,
media?
combined or like over the platforms?
Over the platforms, IG, whichever one you're on the most.
I'm super low key. I got maybe two here, one there, 30 there.
Mhm.
Like I'm very low key. I don't socialize much. Got a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't socialize much. How about you? Are the numbers higher than you assumed or lower than you thought it was?
Yeah, bro. It was like over 1,000 people that I'm following. And
Yeah.
I don't even talk to more than 10 at a week's time. So I was just like, I was like, let me scan through. And it was actually very interesting to kind of go through it. And it kind of reminded me of when I probably followed these people, where I was at in life. And then I'm like,
Mm.
oh man, I found out some of my friends, y'all got like 4 or 5 different pages, man.
It's a
4 or
fact.
5 different pages.
That's a
You know
fact.
what I'm
It's a
saying?
fact.
It was like sexy thing 1, sexy thing in Brooklyn. Like,
2.2.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, I remember this page, and I was just like, I started really like just going through it. Just kind of every end of the year, I kind of siphon through, anything as far as like my algorithm, anything, just start cleansing before the end of the
purge.
year.
You gotta purge in December. You gotta purge.
Yeah.
Get
So
the bots out of there. Get the people that ain't got nothing positive to say. People that don't
yeah,
say. I don't want to say people that don't say nothing because that's me. But people that just just not beneficial to your movement going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
gotta let those people go for sure. For sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, just some random questions. You know what I'm saying? A little de-stressor from the heavy topic we just came off of. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
All right, so man. So moving on, really good news. I believe Doug is free.
Take it. Shouts out to Mr. Steele. He's Superman to me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? He got the job done.
That's it, man. So the rapper whose given name is Jeffrey Williams, he was released from custody. He'll have to serve 15 years on probation as part of the non-negotiated plea agreement. So before we get into more stuff about what he has to do, man, does the streets and the industry owe Gunna an apology?
If the first song they make is a hit, yes. If the shit go top 10 on the Billboard, hey man, we got to pull this man to the side, shake his hand, say, hey, we're happy you got skinny. We're sorry about the way we accused you for things that you may or may have not done, but it didn't look good when it happened. So we apologize in advance. But
Gotcha.
Keep making hits, brother. Keep making hits.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So yeah, I think it's $100 of community service. Of course, he can't be around any known felons and gang members. And he will have to go to schools to tell kids about, not using drugs and about not joining gangs. Listen, if anybody can make a song that inspires kids to do good, it's Young Thug. I believe he's got the talent to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna lose that weight so fast, but there's medicine to get back to old Young Thug weight. So we shall see. We shall see how he is when he want to pop back out for the first time, when he want to get the cameras out, hit the studio for real. But it's gonna be dope to see for sure. Oh, I do forget. I got one more unfortunate. R.I.P. to Peanut. For those that don't know Peanut was a pet squirrel who lived in New York, man. It seems he was euthanized by the DEC. Neighbor was a Karen. He snitched on him. The boy ran a not-for-profit, helping animals out, bro. He found a squirrel like 5 years ago, raised him up to be a grown squirrel. You seen him jumping around, having fun, man. Real squirrel-like activities in the house. It was weird, but hey, it was love. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he had a Karen make a call to DEC. DEC showed up, say, bro, this is illegal. You can't house this. And they say, but why? He's like, nigga's a squirrel. Like, it took him man. They did Peanut dirty, man, in hours. Like they ain't even. There was no case, no trial, no nothing.
Oh.
They busted the door. They started asking niggas questions. Squirrel can't talk, so he can't answer shit. They took that boy. They took him down. But I'm sorry, I forgot to bring it up in this Campy Life /RIPs, but justice for Peanut, man. Pet Squirrel in New York that did not deserve that, man. Sorry, sir.
Justice. No, it's all good. Justice for Peanut, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Damn, forgot about that.
Yeah, man. He was just a squirrel trying to get a nut, man.
Trying to get a nut, bro. And it was a domestic nut at that. Can't win, man. Can't win.
Can't win. All right, y'all. We're gonna move over to one of my favorite segments here, man. I'm not a doctor. I just play one here on FCP, y'all. And every time we hit this segment, we try and bring you news, information in regards to healthcare and anything along those lines. So recently in the news, they're talking about the smaller fleet of ambulances out there due to hospital closures and how it's slowing ambulance response times. If you listen to our show often, we've talked about the potential closures of SUNY Downstate. And of course, there's been some hospital closures out in the city. So right now, you can think once a hospital closes, we're talking about all these patients now then have to go to the other nearest hospital. And sometimes that hospital can be pretty far. So you're talking about emergency rooms who are probably already at capacity now having to make accommodations for this increased patient population that are coming towards them. Not to mention now, depending on how they allocate funds to pay for these ambulances and these people who are actually in the EMTs, I mean, if they have to reduce costs there, now we're talking about less people to get out there to address emergency responses. And we all know how that can impact negative health outcomes. So you should definitely be paying attention to any closures or potential closures in your community. Make sure you're a part of those conversations. I know a lot of times we don't think about a lot of healthcare issues until we have a healthcare issue. Now's the time to be at the forefront of it before you need it and it's not there and you have to go further. The next one I'll step into, man, open enrollment begins for New York's Affordable Care Act. This, of course, was called Obamacare at one point. New Yorkers can enroll in 2025 health coverage through the New York State of Health Marketplace between November 1st and January 31st, and by December 15th for coverage to take effect on January 31st. Now, I suggest everyone do their research because there's certain criteria you must meet to be able to apply for these plans. There's talks that they are going to be more affordable premiums, better coverage for people going into next year. But as always, as we see on the show, do your own research before you make your choices.
What's up, man? Appreciate that. I know you're not a doctor, but you just play with here at FCP. But we do appreciate all the medical research and everything you bring to us, man. Thank you as always.
Definitely. So just diving back here for a minute, man, we're going to go back into a funny situation because there was a video that somebody sent me of a dude getting ready to, have a female come over. And, you know what I mean? Like he's getting everything prepped, doing push-ups, making sure the crib is clean, got everything set up. He gets the text and she's like, "You're going to be mad at me." He proceeds to throw his phone. And in the background, they're playing the theme music from when Ricky got shot in Boys in the Hood. It's funny as hell. I'm going to send it to you after this. I'm going to send it to you after this, right? But I started to think about what are some of the L's that you take in silence, right? You could be by yourself and it's just like, God, man, like these are L's that people wouldn't know about, man. What's the first one that comes to you?
I can't quite relate to a sneaky link, but me and the missus, if we have a good night out, one of us is talking spicy on the way home. Whoever's not driving, bro, man, they never make it home, man. Boy, they was talking that shit too. Said, "Ooh, wait till we get home." I'm like, Then I'm going, Then I'm going to the fridge and get the whipped cream and and you just, I'm gonna do 90. Fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't care. You know what I'm saying? Boy, even throw that shit in park, just seat all the way back, just mouth open, just big knocked out. You like, I should leave your
Yeah.
ass right here. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
bro,
But
I'm
it'd
a
be like
strong
that.
believer. Once you start talking spicy, you either gotta get pop in the bathroom at the place or in the
Mm-hmm.
car. Don't wait till you
Yeah.
get home. Once that air hit him, it's a
It's
wrap.
different. It's different. It's not all that energy is dissipated. It's gone.
Gone,
It's like what happened to that
gone,
freak that
son.
was back there, man? I'm a wife with kids, man. Shut up. I'm tired. It's like, damn, that was quick.
Absolutely,
How about you?
absolutely.
What do you do when the cancellation?
I mean, the cancellation is pain. You know what I'm saying? It's real
Mm,
pain. And in a former life, if you know what I'm saying, if you're a real player, you keep the third, you keep the backup plan just in case. You know, I wouldn't know about that life, but I've heard about that life.
got to diversify your
Um,
options, bro.
yeah, that's it. That you know, I've heard that from friends of mine. I think another L that I know I hate to take in silence is when the pinky toe hits the corner of the bed, bro. That
Mm,
is one of the most pain because especially when everybody's asleep, you just figure your toes gone. Now you got to figure out how you gonna walk for the rest of your life because this corner of the bed then assassinated your foot. It hurts, bro. It really
the,
hurts.
wor- the worst part about that is that you can't even blame nobody. It's like
No,
it's like damn, if I had my slippers on, it probably wouldn't happen. Or you know what I mean?
yeah,
If I was wearing socks, it probably wouldn't hurt as bad. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like I'm out there raw footing, bam, 2 in the morning, fuck the whole shit up. Yeah,
True
I think
L's and
yeah,
silence.
big pain, big
Yeah,
pain.
I think another one, man, is when you are too drunk in the club and you go to the bathroom and you just
Mm.
staring at yourself in the mirror like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're
Should have quit
done.
2 shots ago. You should have quit 2 shots ago.
Yo,
You know that.
you're
You know you should
done.
have.
You keep taking these shots. You keep saying, "You ready for another one?" Like, like
Yeah, yeah.
you know you're not ready for this, and now you're in the bathroom trying to figure out how you can get
Life.
your life back. Like, if you throw up, does that give you your second win? But you don't want to throw up because if it gets everywhere in your clothes, now everybody know you threw up. It's terrible, bro. Terrible. L's in silence.
I had an Ellen silence that I had experience within a group. A little story time, real fast. I believe you were there, unfortunately. All of us, man. Wife was there. Everybody. For whatever reason,
Oh,
these drinks. There was something in this Hennessy, man. I don't think it was real Hennessy, man. They was stretching that shit,
there's
man. I don't know if
something
they were
in this
stretching it with.
liquor.
There was something in that liquor, man. I was on cup number 2, feeling good. The wife just got real close to me. She just looked me dead in my eyes, like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." About half a second later, throw up commenced right in front of her. Hey, most ladies, most women, yo, nigga, you disgusting. Pew. Yo, this is when I knew. Like I already knew before this night, but this is when I knew she was the one, bro. For whatever reason, when projectile vomit started coming out my mouth, most people would have ran. She cut her hands and said,
Yeah, I remember that shit.
and I'm just there like, you catch it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to leave the club for a second. But bro, after the vomit was out and all that nasty fake liquor was out, I was back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was disgusting. Let me get a bottle of water, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but yeah, that's oh man, that was a nasty one in silence I had to eat in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I
nasty
definitely
times,
remember
nasty
that
times,
shit. Oh,
nasty
hell yeah.
times.
All right. Quick stopover in sports, man. First off, we have to talk about Saquon Barkley and what he did
Bruh,
to at least
bruh,
3 different defenders.
bruh, bruh, bruh. Yo, he really invented a new running move mid game, man. Like, I don't think, like, bro, I watched football on television since I was like 4 and a half. I've seen a lot of moves. Barry Sanders was my favorite player ever. I've seen him shake grown men out their cleats for many Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Then he came and went. And there was a lot of few spectators. Coming and going. All shifty characters.
Yeah.
This boy Saquon, man. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like, dude number 1, whatever. Dude number 2 caught the business too.
Yeah.
It was just a professional, regular move that we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? Quick spin,
Yep.
and then like I think I had to watch this clip like 12, maybe 13 times that day. Just cause like I felt his brain wanted to do a spin move, but his body and athleticism took over and said, nah, we need to do more. Like mid move. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So we need to do more.
Like I know what you're thinking up there, bro. Spin out of this, but we gotta do more. And then his pause,
Yeah.
his thigh power just took over. Like
Mhm.
Did you happen to watch the game live? Was you watching it when it went down?
Absolutely, bro. I call that move happiness. That's what happens when you on a team that values you. You got your money. Saquon is running with happiness right now, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
happiness is how you trying some shit you never tried before, doing some things you never done before, and I call that move happiness, straight up.
Yeah. Right. I tell you right now, EA Sports is going to be in the lab all season. Like, what button combinations can we put together to make this a move? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't.
Yeah.
Like, people are gonna be asking for it. Like, yeah, I want to jump backwards to keep going forward. Like, nigga, what? It's like Saquon really, he's not just mashing buttons. Like, he was playing a 5-year-old in Madden. He was just doing
Yeah.
mad spin moves back to back to back to back. But
Yeah.
shouts to him, man. Do you think NFL sped up his testing situation?
Absolutely. Like I know we spoke and I said he's definitely
Ah,
getting tested the next day. You said they probably waiting in the locker room. So
yeah. So yeah, bro, I'm gonna need you to pay this cup immediately. Man, he said, "What happened?" Yeah, New York called. They said he's never did that in practice. We gotta verify. We don't know what's going on in Philly, man. We gotta verify.
yep.
We have to
Yeah, they
verify.
went through the archives. They said we had never seen no shit like this before. Test
Yeah,
that dude.
man, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um, so speaking of someone who, I mean, he's no longer in the NFL, but
Mhm.
very well known. Jason Kelsey. He was at the Penn State game, and it seems like a heckler said something homophobic towards his brother, Travis Kelsey. And it, in context, in the first videos you see, you just see Jason Kelsey just smashing this guy's phone, but you don't see the lead up to where this guy was going after him.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, disrespectfully pushed him to the ground. Jason was trying to tell him to chill, and then that's when the shit goes down. Um, how? I mean, we of course wouldn't know, but how would you be able to keep your composure? Because hey, listen, you're almost in the same space, right? Ramel is pretty well known. So say he takes it to another level and you're out and about just minding your business trying to get some chicken wings. And somebody just comes up to you and says something crazy about Ramel. And they're not letting up. Like,
All right.
what is your first reaction?
So you don't come outside at all often. You know what I'm saying? Like you just like don't get me wrong, like hey, me or Mount, regular average guys, regular build, you know what I mean, nothing crazy, niggas not, bench pressing the building and nothing like that. But when you talk shit to like recently retired football players or UFC fighters or wrestlers or people with the what I mean, the cauliflower ears, like you don't like cherish life much. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could have took it to a place that, jail time was for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he even in all of that, I know he was angry. I still think he kept his composure to as far as he could. As a professional, just trying to, get from point A to point B on the campus grounds. But it's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? It's just way too much pride out there. And it sucks when you got 30, 40 cameras on you at all times anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Me and Ramel catch a quick scuffle, like, you know what I mean? You might not see it. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. Especially if it's your little brother at that. It's like, nah, bro, you're not going to be disrespecting me in 4K, bro. You're not. Nah, I get it. I respect it.
Absolutely, man. And sticking with Jason Kelsey, since he used to play for the Eagles and thinking of the Eagles, the infamous tush push is their go-to move. And for any of you who are not watching football, tush push has been this unique formation that the Eagles have brought into the NFL that has pretty much been unstoppable
Yeah.
to this moment. So my question for you, Kenny, is why aren't more teams doing this?
I think they're scared to copy the mold, and it's not, and I don't think they created it. Like we always seen these kind of quarterback sneaks, these powerful, aggressive, quarterback sneaks. Well, that's what they are. It's a guaranteed yard and a half. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you get more than that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think Jason Kelsey kind of spearheaded that for the last few seasons when he was with them, as far as being the center there and having the wherewithal and the strength to really just push whoever's nose guard off the line to get that extra yard and a half for these first downs, but and touchdowns when they're close enough. But I don't think a lot of teams have that Jason Kelsey kind of spearheader at center. In order, like it's snapping the ball and going forward at the strength you got to go for in order to push that line. The bit you need is not an easy task, and then it's a team effort. You know what I mean? So I think as you go on, I think the draft they'll start getting those kind of players that have that savvy, skill set, and strength to really do that. But right now, not that it's too new, but I think they're just still playing with the idea of how to implement this in a successful way. you don't want to copy something and be getting sacked and shit and be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they
Right.
tried to touch push, but it was just tushy. Like they did nothing, right? You know what I mean? They didn't get what they wanted. You know what I mean? You
It
don't
was
want
a
to be
tush
that.
mush.
Yeah, it was a touch much. You don't want that. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? So I think over the next season or two, you'll start implement it more in practice and be able to transfer it over into real time.
Gotcha. All right,
Cool.
man. We are halfway through the NFL season. The Steelers are definitely one of the teams I'm impressed with, along with the Commanders. I mean, Jaden Williams is playing phenomenal.
Oh,
We're finally seeing that star-studded power that Terry McLaurin always had. And then you can't ignore, granted, they got D Hopkins now, they got Kareem Hunt back. You can't ignore what the Chiefs are doing. You really can't. They play every year as if they've never won a championship, ever.
what's scary about them is they're winning games and they're not playing their best ball yet. That's what's scary. Because once December comes and Holmes really start heating up and it gets like in the playoff mode, he's really trying to crush these Brady records 1 year at a time, and he's on route to do it.
All right, so shifting gears a bit, man. Jonquel Jones, as you know, she plays center for the WNBA New York Liberty. They're coming off a championship, and she was on the Pivot podcast. And this was a really good episode, man. If you ever get a chance, check it out. And any of y'all, if y'all out there and you're a fan of the Pivot podcast, check it out. Jonquel, she addressed a lot of issues, and I think the one that stood out the most is with her resume. And I think we've talked about this here on this show. She's been to the WNBA finals, I believe, at least 3 or 4 times over the last 6 years. And her resume, she's been in the league 6 seasons. So 4 out of her 6 seasons, she's been to the finals. Why is she not getting the notoriety that we're seeing from other stars in the WNBA? And I love the fact that Ryan Clark asked her straight out, do you think it's because she is a queer woman and, you know what I mean, she probably doesn't have the look and feel that the WNBA feels is marketable? And I love the way she addressed it to say she doesn't think it's that. She thinks the WNBA just needs to realize that we all bring something different to this game. And the WNBA has to find a way to market everyone to their strengths. And once they figure that out, then everyone will have that sense of marketability to some extent, right? You can't put everybody out there as the face. So I love the platform that she had to talk about her journey coming from the Bahamas, how at first, it was very tough for her to even get any playing time, to the point where she finally figured it out and figured out her niche. And to now seeing her as a WNBA champion, man. Shout out to the Pivot, man. They always got some great stuff going on.
They stay with a good cast. Not mad at that at all.
Listen, man, it's Scorpio season. You know what I mean? We are definitely out and about enjoying our time. So, just be careful out there. We tend to leave, a trail of happiness, savagery, fun, excitement, felonies. It's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? It can be a mixed bag.
Oh, shit.
But other than that, man, I hope everybody's doing well. And once again, man, we know that, with this new election, it may have you feeling a certain way right now, but it's not over. Once again, don't panic. Stay safe, stay diligent, stay focused, and just do what you got to do, man. I strongly believe everything will work out.
Absolutely. Plus, we still got work tomorrow, so we can't really change
Rent
up too
due.
much.
Rent still due.
Big due. Oh, man. So always, bro. Always a pleasure, man. Love you.
Love you too, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the show where you are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
Cat neck.
See you next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.